let's take you to the Kroonstad prison now, where Dr. Nandipha Mugudumana is currently being held. That's where we find our senior reporter, Aviwe Mtila. He's outside there since this morning. Aviwe, of course, none of us knew exactly which way the judgment would go today, and I'm sure you were out there waiting to see if Dr. Nandipha Mugudumana would be leaving those gates.
Well, it seems for the foreseeable future, she will remain behind the bars of the Biza Makete Correctional Services Center that is in Kroonstad, of course, after she's been here for over a month since she was, now we understand, extradited from Tanzania. The suggestions are that in about an hour or so time, she is going to receive a visitor, that being the legal team, of course, leaving the Bloemfontein High Court, rushing to receive instructions, led, of course, by Machinini Motlowong, and then they'll determine a way forward. Because as much as this matter was dismissed with cost, Maseko, there are glaring issues that were raised by Judge Philip Lobsha. For one, we do understand that it was an extradition, as she suggested, and not a deportation, where we understand in an instance of a deportation, the said fugitives would have had to be left at the borders and not actually taken by, the counterparts of the other country. And we do know that flight costing some 1.4 million rand, as we heard from Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi. That wouldn't have happened if indeed it was an extradition, and that, I beg your pardon, it was a deportation. Another one is that it's just by the mere fact that she seemed to have consented to leaving Tanzania, heading then to South Africa, because we heard there in the court that she seemed that, the state suggesting that she wanted to be with her children, but the judge himself painting out that she knew, in fact, what laid ahead. She knew the charges and the warrant of arrest that already laid ahead in South Africa, and what might have transpired, as we do understand then, upon arriving to South Africa, she was arrested. So now the legal team, Machinini Motlowong advocate, is heading to the Kroonstad Correctional Center facility, where then Dr. Nandipha Mugudumana will instruct what happens going forward. But I myself have been speaking to some legal experts, and one, Professor Jacob Mofokeng, seems to suggest that she has two legal avenues to pursue at the moment. One is that she sues the state for the extradition itself, pursue that civil matter, and the other, of course, is head to the Supreme Court of Appeals, where she can actually appeal that judgment that was just made about an hour ago. But of course, we'll get the finer details of that once Advocate Machinini Motlowong comes to the correctional facilities beside me, where Dr. Nandipha Mugudumana is to then give instructions. And then thereafter, of course, we'll give you a way forward on what happens in this matter.